This is going to be a Halloween new moon in Scorpio reading. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to be doing a pick a card reading. I have 2 decks here for you. Choose the one that you're most drawn to, whether that's the colors, the imagery. You can watch one deck or you can watch both decks. It's totally up to you. Whatever messages are meant to find you will find you. So that being said, deck number 1 and deck number 2. So take a second and think about your intentions and we'll go from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this deck over to the side and I'm going to put this one just to my left for the moment so that we can get some overall themes and messages for deck number 1. Now, you know that around Halloween time, the veil is most thin. We're getting a lot of spiritual synchronicities and signs coming through. I'm really curious to know how you're feeling. So as always, in your comments, or in the comments, I should say, put your zodiac sign and your word of the day or how you're feeling. So I have a couple witchy decks here for overall themes and messages. Let's see what deck number 1 needs to know. And we have here, oh, we have a black kitty cat, Guardian. You know, I don't normally read out of the book, but I did make sure that I had the books with me today because for whatever reason, I feel like there's something we need to know. So I'm going to look up this card. It does say familiar. Let's see. What do we need to know today? All right. A familiar has turned up to assure you that you are never alone. For whether your path is an easy one or a struggle right now, you have a very real guardian and helper that is waiting to be called upon through the ether. Once you have asked for assistance in your magical work, use your diligence to be aware of the form that your assistance takes. You may notice a cat hanging around your back door, or you may be greeted by the tapping of a bird on your window. Your guardian may work with you through the form of a spirit animal guide. Look to an animal that you have always felt affinity with. Notice the representation of animals, including mythical and mystical, that you may have within your home, through books, paintings, figurines, or prints, for they will reveal to you the familiar who has accompanied you through the mists of time and will never leave your side, not even for a moment. So this is basically telling you to ask for assistance if needed. Don't be afraid. You have a strong bond with a trusted animal. Call upon your familiar. Okay, wow. So love that energy for you. Now, the next deck that I'm going to use is called the Earth and Bone Oracle. Let's see what else we need to know. And we have here heart, emotional awakening, intuition, and following your heart. All right. Interesting. Trust yourself. Now, I am going to take a Moonology card because, of course, it is the new moon in Scorpio. And the new moon in Scorpio is obviously an intense time. It's a transformational time. It's a great time to manifest and ask yourself, what is it that you really want to transform in your life right now? Your hard work is paying off. Okay, Capricorn energy. So this is all about getting stuff done. Love it. You're getting towards where you want to be. So if you didn't guess already, this is a Beetlejuice deck. It was just released. It literally arrived at my doorstep late last night, and I've been using it a little bit earlier today just to get familiar with it. Let's see what we need to know. What we're going to do is we're going to look at what's going on in your headspace, your heart space, and what's the next step. Let's take a look in your headspace. Okay, so the Hanged Man energy is basically telling you that you may be feeling like you're in limbo and you're needing to make a decision about something. You're looking for clarity. And right away, I can see that the heart card, you know, is telling you to follow your heart. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean romantically. It means, what does the intuition of your heart tell you? Okay. Now, we have here the Five of Pentacles. It's because you're feeling left out in the cold. You're feeling like nothing's working out, or there's something that's always wrong, or there could even be some negative thinking. You know, we don't want to draw attention to any weaknesses. And with that, we have, let's see, all these cards are so new. We have the, okay, Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is all about truth, authenticity, a mask, possibly fear. It can be deception. You know, maybe something just isn't right and you can feel it and you're debating your intuition, not sure what's what, but you always have to follow your heart, you know, especially if there's any red flags that you're experiencing lately. And with that, we have here the Three of Swords. Okay, there is some heartbreak. So you might be feeling some heartbreak due to somebody being deceptive. It may have left you in a hanged man energy. It may have felt you left out in the cold. Let's take a look at the heart space. And we have here the Three of Pentacles. So in regards to your heart space, you're looking for an upgrade to a current situation. You're looking for a leg up, so to speak. Okay. And let's see what else. We have here the King of Wands. King of Wands is purpose and passion and moving yourself forward. So definitely looking for upgrades and forward movement in the emotional space here. And there is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a little bit of conflict or a headache, you know, and you got to put down the swords. You basically have to get out of the conflict. And here we have the High Priestess, spiritual ascension. This is all about maybe signs or synchronicities, but you know what? Here's the thing. I want you to have signs and synchronicities that move yourself forward, not backwards. Now let's take a look at the next steps. What are you hoping for? And we have here the King of Pentacles. You're hoping for the abundance in the long run. Absolutely. This is a slow journey. Never said it was going to be easy. However, it is possible to have the abundance. It just depends on the decisions you make along the way. And it's interesting how, you know, like looking through this book, trying to find information, you know, the Six of Wands is victory. Everything's going to be okay. I mean, this is searching for answers and having the victory and the abundance. It's just, it requires temperance, patience, and forgiveness. This can be a card of reconciliation, but you know what I always say about that? They have to come correct if it's about a relationship. And what else? We have here the Hierophant, commitment. The next steps are a commitment to doing better, to learning, to implementation of past experiences, as in the knowledge that you've gained from past experiences. So that being said, let me take one last card here for some guidance about the new moon. And it says Pinnacle, divine nature, true destiny, purifying and cleansing. You're right now in an energy that says, I want to change. I want to transform. I want to get to the pinnacle. It's almost like the cake analogy, you know, you got to get to the top of the cake or the top of the pinnacle here, and your destiny is awaiting you. It's just a question of commitment and how to get there. So I invite you to take a moment and think about these cards and see if they resonate with you. Please let me know in the comments. And I'm going to take these cards and put them to the side and grab deck number 2. So let's see. Side note, are any of you dressing up for Halloween? Please let me know in the comments your costume or what has been your favorite costume. I have to find it, but I have a picture of one of my favorite costumes where I was Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. I had the full costume, the blonde wig. I mean, my hair is blonde, but I had the full Khaleesi wig. I also named myself Khaleesi, you know, play on words, Khaleesi. I would say, you know, mother of cats, breaker of balls, because, sorry, pardon me, side note, she was, you know, the queen of the Andals and the unburned, and mother of dragons, breaker of chains. And I called myself mother of cats, breaker of balls. And it was a great caption. I thought it was pretty funny. I'll have to find the picture and post it for everybody. That was from, I don't know, maybe like 2018 or so. Let's take a look at deck number 2. Now I'm going to shuffle this up, and then we're going to get the first cards here of the overall themes and messages. So let's see what we need to know. Okay, so moon cycles. Let's take a look in the book for that one as well. So moon cycles. Bear with me. Okay, so after an arduous journey, moon appears to indicate that you are coming to the end of a phase. Cycles begin and end and begin again, but in a new form. Patterns repeat until the lessons have been fully understood and learned. As you step into this new phase, be expectant and full of anticipation, for you will not wish to go over old ground again. New opportunities await, so be vigilant. Outcomes lie in your hands. Call down the moon as she embraces you in her soft, luminous glow. Bathe under the pure feminine and restorative energy she immerses you with. Recharge your working crystals under her full presence and go sky-clad in honor of the triple goddess who watches over you as the moon rules your emotions. Never forget that she also lives within you as you work in conjunction with her phases, honoring at all times your new, full, and dark aspects of maiden, mother, and crone. So open up to your receptive feminine side. Your emotions are ruled by the moon phases. Harness the moon's energy and understand her phases for your magical work. Work in conjunction with the triple goddess. Wow. Okay, I love that. You know, feminine energy is about being in receiving mode, and that's something I'm always encouraging. Lean back, allow yourself to receive. Now let's see what else here. We have blood moon, illusion, uncertainty, and narcissism. Very interesting. I would say that we always have to be careful with perception versus reality. Or as I always say, you know, we marry potential, we divorce reality. So sometimes the moon actually can be about illusions and fantasy. So maybe that might just be a message or, you know, a bit of a warning to make sure that you're seeing things clearly and that you're not necessarily getting caught up in the moonlight. You know, as much as we can kind of bathe in the moon and soak into the moon. Let's see what we need to know. Oops, wrong deck. Pardon me. Is it ever the wrong deck? That's for the end. Let's take the Moonology deck here. And we have, okay, what do you need to release? So there you go. Maybe there is some sort of illusion that we need to release or some potential that we're thinking about. Okay. So let's take a look at what's going on in your headspace. And we have, sorry, I got a kitty cat that wants to rub up against the table, which knocks the camera. So we've got the Fool, and the Fool card is about trusting and taking a leap of faith. We talked about this here about new cycles, right? A brand new beginning. So I do like that kind of energy. Oh, I got kitty cat again knocking the table. My apologies. The High Priestess, signs, synchronicities that ultimately should be nudging you forward, not pulling you backwards. So you're ascending. And with that, we have here the Queen of Swords. Well, the Queen of Swords is all about making boundaries, cutting things out that no longer serve you. And there's the King of Cups. King of Cups is all about being in tune with your emotions. Don't make any decisions right now that are based on illusions or emotions. Right? We want to make sure that we're coming from a place of logic, you know, something that's got to benefit you in the end. So let's take a look at your heart space. Heart space is the Devil. Okay, be careful that things are not restricting you. This is addictions, restrictions, codependency. It can be lust, you know, if you're engaging in a spicy activity with somebody where you get caught up, you know, in that intensity or that chemistry. Always be mindful. And there's the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a spark and it's passion, you know, it's purpose. So we want to spark new energy into our lives, not stay in old energy. And here we have Temperance. Interesting. Patience, forgiveness, reconciliation. And I said this actually in the other deck as well. There might be another message there for you. But, you know, Temperance can be reconciliation. But if somebody's coming back, they've got to come correct. They have to come with some sort of purpose here. Okay, but it does mean that something's brewing and you can feel it in the air, you know. But I always say, take what you've learned from the past, apply it to the present so you have a better future. And with that, we have here the Knight of Cups. This is about opening your heart, you know, and it can be opening your heart to love. Now let's take a look at what are the next steps. And we have here the Chariot. Well, moving forward, always, always, always. We're here to move forward, not backwards. And with that, we have the Queen of Wands. This is confidence, believing in yourself, strutting your stuff, move forward with purpose and passion. And there's the Ace of Cups. I want you to fill your own cup. Self-care. You are the priority. You are the prize. And here we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is all about harvesting. You're just not going to harvest overnight. Remember what I always say about a garden. A garden is not going to bloom flowers or vegetables tomorrow. You can't go busting out the Miracle Grow and think that all of a sudden you're going to have a full garden. It means time. Respecting the process and trusting the process. So let's take that Moon card here just to see what you need to know as some last bit of guidance. And we have protection. Nurture your goals. Get support. Hold your boundaries. See, there you go. Right there. Hold your boundaries. Stay true to yourself. You're divinely guided and protected. As always, I really appreciate your kindness, your support, your likes, your comments, your subscribed. They help people find my videos. So any help that you can provide, I really appreciate it. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in my bio. As always, thank you so much. And I wish you a very happy Halloween and an amazing new moon in Scorpio.